Alright, guys, I wanted to come on here because there is something that I need to talk about, and I wanted to do this episode now because I'm going through some shit that I can't talk about, so I don't know when I'll be able to podcast again. But anyone who knows me knows that I've had my fair share of troubles within the FSU community, and I just found who one of the puppet masters were that was pulling the strings behind all that. And her name is Ashley Pearl. Now, Ashley Pearl has been mentioned throughout this podcast and also my old podcast, the Tell a Nasty podcast. She's kind of like the Stan Lee of this podcasting saga. She gets mentioned. It's obvious that I'm not a fan of hers, but I've never really gone in detail or sat down and explained exactly what happened or exactly why I don't like her. And the reason for that is because, honestly, she's insignificant. Or so I thought. Because I met this girl when I was about 18 years old, and after realizing the kind of person she was, I cut her off. And in the past 4 years since I've cut her off, I have only spoken to her twice. I can literally count it on my fingers. I've only spoken to her directly 2 times. Now I'm learning that she may have actually had a bigger role in my drama than I originally suspected. And I'm just realizing this now. So let's go back to the beginning. So 2022, I'm 18 years old. I'm going out, getting to know people in the FSU community. There's 3 girls, Julia Niles, Gracie DeVito, and Ashley Pearl. Throughout the years, I've had my own set of problems with each of them. Julia and Gracie, I'll start off with them. They are the fakest people you'll ever meet. These motherfuckers followed and unfollowed me on Instagram countless times. They would be nice to my face whenever they saw me in person, but behind my back, they talked endless shit about me. Julia Niles, primarily, she's called me a creep and a weirdo, and has gone as far as to even say that she doesn't know me. And this is the last time I heard from her was earlier this year, before my Instagram account got banned. I had posted pictures of multiple different women because a lot of the women who have accused me of shit are the same women that used to hang out with me. So I posted pictures of me with them to prove that they were lying, and Julia was in one of those pictures because she was one of the accusers. She said, I don't even know this guy, I don't even know him that well. Then the story changed. I don't really know him that well, we've only met a couple times. There are many pictures of her and I together, including one which I shared online that she herself had posted to her Instagram with the caption that read something to the effect of, "So thankful for my friends." So I basically used her own evidence against her and proved that she's a fucking liar and a fucking bitch. Gracie seems to be less problematic, but still a fake bitch. She blocked me a long time ago. I have no idea why. But then proceeded to be extra polite and extra friendly and go out of her way to initiate a conversation anytime she saw me in public. Yep, fake bitch. Cut her off. Last time I spoke about her was also the last time I saw her, which was FSU's last Parents' Weekend. I believe that was September of last year. But I ran into her at Township. She came up to me, gave me a hug, didn't bother to hug her back. She said, "Hey, I'm gonna go get a drink, but stay here, I'll come back." I left. I literally left the entire fucking bar. Didn't want to talk to her. Because she's a fake person. She's a fake bitch. Like, to pretend to be someone's friend when you clearly don't like them at all, like, that's low-key evil. It's a cunt move. Ashley has a completely separate set of problems. Basically, I met Ashley through Julia and Gracie when I was about 18 years old. And at first I didn't have a problem with her, but once I got to know her a little better, I realized that Ashley was basically a fucking cunt. She was very impolite, very rude, disrespectful, arrogant. She wasn't necessarily a horrible person. Like, I didn't think she was a fucking terrorist. But she was not a nice lady. She was a mood killer. She wasn't fun to be around. So I cut her off. Anyone who knows me knows that I don't tolerate people who are fake people or just mood killers or just not fun people to be around. Why am I going to waste my time hanging around with a mood killer when I can go hang out with someone that's actually worth spending time with? And she was just a straight up bitch, so I stopped talking to her. Then people start telling me, because in the FSU community, everyone knows everyone, somehow. People start telling me, hey, what happened with Ashley? She's talking shit about you. And there's basically people are saying that like she's saying things about me that are 100% not true. I ignored it. I'm like, listen, I just didn't like being around her, so I cut her off. That's all I know. I guess she got butthurt about it and had to take revenge by spreading rumors in my name. I'm like, listen, I don't know what's going on her end. I don't really care. I don't like her, so I don't talk to her. Plain and simple. One day, because I used to be on Tinder, I'm not on Tinder or any dating apps anymore because I've learned through trial and error that they're nothing but a scam. I find Ashley's Tinder profile. And I decided to screenshot it and post it to my story. Because I knew it would upset her. It's the least I can do after all the rumors and lies and shit that she's been saying about me. No context, no caption, just a screenshot. Apparently, Ashley was friends with the McMahon sisters, more specifically Emma McMahon. I was friends with the McMahon sisters as well. More specifically, Mary McMahon, the younger one. Out of nowhere, Emma McMahon cuts ties to me completely. And Mary's texting me very angrily in capital letters, telling me to leave Ashley alone and she ain't do anything to you. She's a kind person. You need to stay away from her and leave her alone. She wouldn't even hear my side of the story, and for that reason, I cut her off too. Because if I'm in a situation that doesn't even involve you, and you come to me aggressively and won't even hear my side of the story, clearly you've already made up your mind, which implies that you already think of me in a certain way. So why am I wasting time trying to be your friend? Cut her off? Nope. And let me point something out. First of all, because I've done this to more than one bitch. I haven't done this to just Pearl. I've done this to more than one woman. Anytime you post a woman's Tinder or other dating profile, they get really pissed off. And I genuinely don't understand why. Because girls do it to us guys. They screenshot our Tinder profiles and put it in the group chat. They send it to their friends and make fun of us. They put it on their private story and make fun of us. Some of them are ballsy enough to put it on their public story and make fun of us. But then when we do it, suddenly we're the problem. Also, it's a public app. Anyone can make a Tinder account. Anyone can even make a fake Tinder account. Making a fake Tinder account is as easy as making a fake TikTok account or a fake account on any social media platform. You just need a different email, and that's about it. Just get a different email. Those are super easy to make. Make a fucking spam account, fake account, whatever. Impersonate somebody. And boom, now you're a cyber stalker. So why is it an issue if I post a screenshot of your public dating profile to my social media when anyone can download the app and make a profile and see the exact same profile for themselves? You're acting like the secret's there when the secret is non-existent. Like you're just creating problems for the sake of it. So Ashley wasn't happy that I shared her Tinder profile. Don't give a fuck. That's the exact reason I posted it, because I knew it would get back to her and I knew it would piss her off. That's why I did what I did. Went right back to minding my business and getting caught up in my own personal bullshit and basically forgetting this woman even existed. Now, I don't remember if I said this earlier in the episode, but since I cut her off, that was about 4 years ago, I've spoken to her exactly twice. And this is one of the 2 times that I spoke to her. I was in a nightclub with my friend. I was at recess, to be specific. And I remember, this was years ago, but I remember I had had a stressful week. I hadn't been out in a while. I wanted to go out and have fun with my friends and let off some steam and basically forget about the world's problems for a minute. I feel a tap on my back. I turn around. Boom, Ashley's there. And she's all upset because of the Tinder story. Mind you, this is months later. This is way after I've posted it. Like, I forgot about it. It's been posted. It's one and done. It's long and over with. I've forgotten about it. I've forgotten about her. I've forgotten about all of it. She's holding a grudge. She's upset because I posted her profile. Once again, why is this an issue in the first place? No idea. But at this point in time, I think this was after I had started the podcast. So I had started running into issues with people. And I was getting pretty sick of running into issues with people. So I walked away. I didn't want to deal with her. I didn't want to talk to her. I just wanted to go out, have a few drinks, and have a good time, and have a drama-free night. Apparently that was too much to ask for. Because she started following me and yelling at me throughout the nightclub. Hey, I'm talking to you. Why'd you post that? Hey, hello. And you know what's so ironic? If I was in a nightclub and I was trying to talk to a girl, whether it was positive or negative conversation, and I started to follow her around the nightclub, security would probably jump my ass. But if a girl does it to me, despite the fact that that's literal harassment, nobody gives a shit. So for what felt like forever, I walked around the club, trying to shake this girl off my tail, and she kept following me, trying to force a conversation on me. I'm like, bitch, this is exactly why I don't like you. You're a fucking bitch. Why is it that everyone that I end up having problems with, they end up proving my point by doing the exact thing that I accuse them of? I said Ashley was a bitch, so she proves my point by being a fucking bitch. If I say someone's really whiny, they prove my point by whining more. If I say someone's a liar, they prove my point by lying. If I say that someone's irritable, they prove my point by being even more irritable than before. Like, what is your strategy in proving me right? Thanks for proving me right, I guess. Even though I provide proof, you're only helping me make a stronger case. So I eventually shake her loose. Eventually she gives up. I forget about it. Some more years go by. I'm doing the podcast. The podcast is bringing drama into my life. The fucking Annabelle case happened. Once again, I've forgotten about Ashley. Don't even know she exists. Then, it was about a month or so after the Annabelle case, I made the jerk-off list. The jerk-off list was basically, I made a list of all these women I had problems with, because most of the people who have started shit with me over the years have been women. Guys don't give a fuck, unless they're simping over a girl and they think they can impress her by taking me on. Guys, leave me alone. And every guy that's done that, by the way, they've learned that I'm not the one to fuck with. Literally every guy who's done that has learned that it never works out for him. I'm retaliating. I'm looking for a way to piss these people off because at this point, listen, guys, people have left trash at my door. People have fucking stalked me. They've tried to break into my house. I've spoken about this numerous times throughout various podcast episodes, so I'm not going to get into it. But I was pissed off. I made a list of every single woman that had crossed me, double-crossed me, had gone to the police, had made accusations, whether it was something as simple as what Niles and DeVito did, where they were simply talking shit and basically saying that I was a creep and a weirdo, up to the girls that were like actually going to the police and accusing me of shit. Made a list, called it the enemies list. I said, well, if I post this and I call it an enemies list, no one's gonna give a shit. So I erased the title enemies list and renamed it to jerk off list. Posted it online. Everyone went crazy. Got hundreds of shares. Everyone's talking about it. I did a live stream. And this is now the second time. This is the second time in the past 4 years that I've spoken to Ashley. And since then, I've never heard from her directly again. I hosted an Instagram live stream where I allowed various people from the FSU community to speak up and speak their mind. Ashley was one of those people. She comes up and she screams at me so loud and so hard. To this day, I genuinely don't know what it was that she said. She mentioned the jerk off list. I think she said something like, how dare you put me on there? I genuinely don't know. Have you ever been, let me explain something to you. Have you ever been in a grocery store and someone's toddler or small child is throwing a tantrum and they're screaming so loud you can tell that they're trying to say something but you genuinely can't understand what they're saying? That is exactly what Pearl was doing in my life. She was screaming so loud, I couldn't even make out what it was that she was saying to me. And I asked her to repeat herself, but she was so pissed, she just exited the live stream. And that is the last time I ever heard from her. I forgot about it, keep going about my business, keep making the podcasts, keep doing day-to-day life. You know, I wake up, I go to work, I talk to my friends, I watch TV, I hop on a video game, I make a podcast. I joined the real world at some point, started studying in Andrew Tate's The Real World. I've got my whole routine going on. I don't give a fuck about this girl. Half this time I forget she even exists because she's had such a little impact on my life, little to no impact on my life. I literally forget that this person even exists. Then Maury comes along. So this Jersey girl, Maury, starts live streaming on TikTok, and the algorithm starts pushing her out onto everyone's feed, including mine. And I remember the first time I saw Maury go live, and I recognized her. Because back when I was on better terms with Ashley, and I had tried to be her friend, I remember Ashley would sometimes post pictures of her and Maury together on her Snapchat or Instagram. So I recognized her from that, and I hop on the live stream, and I started trolling her. I started calling her Ashley. Hey, Ashley. And she'd look at the camera confused. She's like, I'm not Ashley. And I would just pretend I was retarded. I'd be like, no, you're Ashley. No, I know you. You're Ashley. And she'd be like, no, I'm not Ashley. Ashley's one of my best friends. I'm not Ashley. And I trolled her so hard, to the point where she literally lost her shit. And I kept doing this anytime I saw her go live. It wasn't to get back at Ashley. It wasn't to... there was nothing malicious about it. I was genuinely just trolling someone for the fun of it. For whatever reason, eventually Maury seems to take a liking to me, to the point, when I say liking, I mean she doesn't seem so irritated that I'm in her live stream, because when I first started joining her live streams, all I did was piss her off. And maybe she just got used to it and accepted the fact that I wasn't going anywhere. I don't know. She definitely forgot where the block button was, because she clearly, there were times where I thought she was going to punch a hole through the fucking screen. That's how pissed off she got. For whatever reason, Maury never blocked me, and she eventually seemed to not mind me being around in her live streams. And then that one live stream happened, which I posted online, where I was in her live stream, and y'all know the story at this point. You know, she basically reiterated some of the rumors going around FSU. She's like, oh yeah, I heard you got trespassed from campus from some list, and kicked me out of the chat. I didn't hear from her for about a year until I reposted that live stream, and then that started a whole feud with her, and I've spoken about this throughout numerous podcast episodes. If you haven't caught one of my most recent podcast episodes, me and Maury are surprisingly on good terms now. She reached out about everything, and she explained that she was misinformed, and basically we squashed the beef. So we're good. She doesn't have an issue with me. I don't have an issue with her. But I will tell you this. When she reached out and explained everything, it made me realize something. Ashley did to her what she did to everyone else around FSU. What Ashley does is she basically uses people like a puppet to fight her own battles. That's why she was spreading rumors. That's why she was spreading lies. Guys, Ashley was the one who started the rumor that I had plans to shoot up FSU. Coincidentally, exactly a week later, Phoenix Eichner did exactly that. Maybe she's friends with Eichner. I don't know. But she started the rumor that I was going to shoot up FSU. She started other rumors about me. She has said some of the worst stuff about me. She's made some of the worst accusations I've ever heard in my life. And the ironic thing is that this bitch is going to law school. And that's so ironic considering the fact that spreading those kind of rumors about people is considered defamation, which is illegal. I could literally hit her up with a defamation case right now if I wanted to. So it's so ironic that the person who caused me the most trouble is now in law school and thinks she actually has a chance in the legal world. She's probably going to be one of those, assuming that she does graduate law school, she probably won't because she's a dumbass. She'd be one of those lawyers who's like super shady and uses every trick in the book to in her favor to basically cheat. She'd cheat, she'd lie. She'd be one of those shady lawyers who pays off the judge and does whatever it takes to win instead of actually following the law. So guys, was Ashley the only person who contributed to all the shit that I had to go through around FSU? No, absolutely not. But she definitely was the one who helped start things and one of the main puppet masters. And I didn't realize this until very recently. This bitch is such a coward. She can't even contain herself. She lets her anger get out of control. She can't even have a fucking conversation or whatnot. She'd even bother to... The only times that she bothers to reach out to me about something was at recess and at during the live stream. During the live stream, I don't even know what she said. I asked her to repeat herself. She wouldn't repeat herself. I don't even know what she said. During recess, I was busy. Didn't have time to talk to her. And why am I going to take time out of my day to talk to someone who's just going to scream at me anyways? So she's done all this shit because her feelings got hurt, because I don't want to talk to her because she's a bitch. You know, if your feelings got hurt that I don't want to talk to you or whatever the fuck she's going through, I don't know, that girl has mental problems. Maybe don't be a bitch then. And if you don't believe me, guys, a picture holds the power of 1,000 words. What I'm about to show you will explain everything. So here's a picture of Ashley at recess with Julia Niles and Gracie DeVito. Here's another picture of her with her friends. There's Julia and Gracie to the right. Here we have a picture of her with her sorority girls. Sorority girls are always problematic, always starting shit for no reason. That's why I stopped talking to them. Let me point out that she is the only non-normal person in this photograph. The other two girls look normal, and then Ashley, I don't know what she's doing with her face there, but it's not normal. Here she is in another picture with her friends. Once again, these two have basic expressions, and then Ashley looks like a retard. She also has these soulless, demonic eyes. Let me show you this picture right here, where her eyes are just black and dark and soulless. Even her smile, that looks like... Let me just put this side by side. Here's the smile from the movie Smile, and then here's Ashley's smile. You can't convince me that this woman is an actual human. Here's an updated version where she has that exact same soulless stare and evil-looking smile. You can't make this shit up, bro. And then here she is with an Israeli flag wrapped around her. Guys, this is why America hates Israel so much. Because so far, the only people, I shit you not, the only people that are pro-Israel are the worst people you will meet on the planet. I have yet to see, meet, hear of anyone at all, who's pro-Israel, who's actually a good person. Sarah Glass, Ashley Pearl, fucking Trump. What do they all got in common? They're either retarded or they're bad people or they're both. Here's another picture of Ashley acting like a retard. Maybe now you people will understand why I didn't want to associate with this bitch. Because when I met her, I was like 18 at the time. I saw the way she was acting and the way she was behaving. And something told me there is something wrong with this girl. And I was right. Look, here's another picture of her demonic smile. I knew there was something wrong with this girl, and I knew I had to get the fuck away from her. Not that it mattered, because she still made sure that she got her revenge. And so, basically, the premise of this story is that she went out of her way to use multiple different people as puppets because she's a fake person, and she's a bad person, and she's a bitch. And she went out of her way to spread heinous lies and heinous rumors about me because she hates me, although technically I disliked her first, but because she hates me, instead of being mature about it and either having a conversation or just moving on like I did, she decided that she was going to turn the entire city against me. And she's certainly not the only person, but she's definitely one of them. This episode is about her. This episode is literally named after her, which is why I'm not bringing up many other names in this episode. So basically, everyone that she went to about me, either they believed her and they turned against me because they genuinely believed that she was telling the truth, or they knew that she was lying, but they sided with her anyway because, let's face it, when you are in my line of business where you either A, talk about controversial topics, or B, expose the truth when people are trying to hide it, you make enemies. That's just the nature of it. Anyway, here's an update on Ashley's life. She's apparently a bikini bodybuilder now, and apparently she won this competition. I don't know the details of it. Can someone just tell me? I just request that somebody tell me the details of this competition so that I know to never watch it. Because she shouldn't even be allowed up here. Look at this picture. She looks like a demon from hell. She doesn't even look human. This is her old boyfriend, dressed in full-on pink, very clearly a gay man. He's not even a closeted gay man. He literally came out of the closet gay, and she said, hey, you know what? We can make this work. I'm not surprised that relationship didn't work out because he's very clearly not a straight man. Here's her new boyfriend. So proud of her. He's simping over his own girlfriend with a fucking Ashley t-shirt. I got two things to say about this. Number one, if you have a girlfriend, you should not be with a girl who does modeling or any kind of activity that requires her to show off her body for the entire world to fawn over. What's the point of being in a relationship if everyone has access to your bitch? You think it's cool to show off your woman? No, it's not cool. It makes you look like a bitch. And even if you want to disagree with me and you think that's fine, and you want to be with a girl who shows off her body to the entire world and posts jerk-off bait all over the internet, fine. Date your bitch. But at least choose an attractive bitch. Because if you're a good-looking guy with a good-looking girl, and she does bikini modeling or something, it actually makes you look more respectable. Because people know it's not easy to get with a girl who looks good. But when you're a good-looking guy or an ugly guy, when you're just a guy in general, and you settle for this piece of shit, death-worshipping, middling garbage, you know what this tells people? Tells people you're a simp, which you can tell by his shirt. It tells people you have no respect for yourself. It tells people that you're desperate. Why do you think everyone laughs at J.D. Vance when it comes to his wife? Because his wife is not an attractive person. She's not even a normal-looking person like Melania. Because Melania, let's face it, she's not exactly attractive, but she's not bad-looking. J.D. Vance is such a loser simp, which you can see clearly if you look at his political history. This guy used to full-on hate Trump, and now he's a vice president. And now he does whatever Trump says with no opinions of his own whatsoever. Even Trump publicly laughs at him because he's such a doormat. He's a doormat. He's a fucking doormat. And you can tell that by his wife. You know, Justin Waller said something to the effect of, if I'm going to do a business deal with the man, I first take him and his wife to dinner, and I see how his wife treats him. If he's allowed to operate by himself and order his own dish and be a man, we'll make a business deal. But if the wife wears the pants in the relationships, if she's telling him what to do, if she's telling him, no, don't do this, don't do that, no, like, if she can't even let him order what he wants to order, that's not who you want to do business with, because that is a weak man. That is a weakling, that is a pushover, that is a doormat. Real men get what they want, and they don't settle for anything less but the absolute best. Whether it's a woman, whether it's a car, a business deal, doesn't matter what it is. Real men go after what they want. They go after what's best for them. Weak men, they settle for whatever. Oh, fine, this job is crappy, but I'll settle for this job because I can't find anything else. Yeah, this girl is pretty ugly and she treats me like shit. And she shows her body off all over the internet for Sims to jerk off to her. But I can't find another woman clearly because I'm a faggot. I'll settle for her until she dumps me for some other guy. This economy is fucking trash, but if I state my opinion online, I might get some hate and people might not like me and I'm gonna create a bunch of drama. I'll just stay quiet. I won't share my opinion online. I won't share my opinion with everybody. I want to be liked by everybody. I'll just be everybody's friends. I'll just be Mr. Nice Guy and let everyone use me and abuse me and anal rape me. But anyway, that's going to be the end of today's episode. I just wanted to come on here to inform everybody that a good percentage of the bullshit that I went through was all because of one immature, childish, bratty, demonic Jew. Anyway, thanks for listening. This is the Adonis Podcast.